boom, 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 boom. Everybody, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all can see I am not at home. Working out of town. Mellow. What it do, bro? Bud Crisco, what's going on, brother? Bubba, what it do? Terry Bostic, what it do, fam? Hugo, what it do, man? Devon 225, what's happening? Sharon L, what it do? 45 is in the building. MC, what it do? Man, y'all know I got some stuff to talk about. I got some stuff to talk about today. If you on my Facebook or my Instagram, you see what happened Sunday. You definitely see Sean Green. What's going on? Sean Green said he finna go use them jigs, so you got him in. I'm glad you got him, brother. Glad you got him. Roy Dale, what to do, fam? Man. So y'all, let's do some. We're gonna talk about some crappie today. Not all lakes. Some of the lakes are in spawn, or the crappie are spawning. And ooh wee. That is what I have to say. Victor Samuel, what it do? Black Rain, what it do, fam? Devon 225, I heard Lake Houston them start cranking up a little bit. But Crico said you laid them out, bro. Yeah, man, it was unbelievable how many we threw back. Like, we only kept 11s or better. We actually threw, at the end of the day, we threw some 11s back because we had caught some slabs. 5 of us. It was a 5-man limit. And it was crazy. The whole South about to be on fire. Yep. Most definitely. Man, I was amazed at what happened this weekend. I honestly was. Like, I was surprised. I mean, I won't say surprised, but I was amazed. I was not surprised at that lake in that area. They are 100% full out spawning. It's unbelievable. That lake is unbelievable. I promise you, it's unbelievable. See it, Lewis, what it do, home team? Biggest Sam said Kenny wanted to get some of those hand ties. Man, I'm out of town working right now. I'm out of town working. I'll be back home Friday. Just email me though. Email me. I got you. Man, yeah, but this weekend, man, it was unbelievable, man. Nobody, I will say this, nobody got the color right. Since we only have 16 people on right now, I want to ask y'all, I'm going to give y'all another chance. What color y'all thought was the main color? Latila, what's going on? I said, glad Louisiana got some good weather this weekend. Yep, definitely did. I want y'all, I'm going to ask y'all, what color? No, I see nobody posted the right color. So I want to see what color. Bud Crisco, nope. Believe it or not, it was not black and pink. MC said it was gray. Nope. Chat Chop, what it do? Angelo Law said gray. Nope. Devon 225 said black and pink. Nope. Bubba said gray. Nope. Devon 225 said black and purple. Nope. Latila said green. Somewhat. Hugo said chartreuse. Somewhat. It's funny y'all put that right under each other. Chat Jock said gray and orange. Nope. Terry Boston said white and sharp. Nope. MC Monkey Milk and Pink Head. Nope. And Joe Law said yellow and white. Nope. Slick, what's going on, Slick? Green and sharp. Bingo. Bud Crisco. That was the color, man. I made a new color, y'all. It's a chartreuse head, dark green body, and a chartreuse tail. Those crappie, I call it lemon lime. Those crappie went berserks for that jig. I'm telling you, they went crazy. I was messing around, playing around, tying jigs. Y'all know I always tie jigs. I don't know about tie a lot of them. I tie jigs just to play around and mess around. And I tired. Excuse me, y'all. I'm tired. Like I said, I'm out of town in the hotel. I'm tired. After this, I'm taking me a shower and getting into bed. But yeah, I tied only a couple of them, man. And I'm like, well, let me try this lemon lime, this short head, dark green body, and a short tail. I threw that thing out there, and they black and pink. I had a black and pink on one ride, chartreuse, green and chartreuse on the other, and it was probably 10 to 1. Like every 10 I catch on the short and green, I catch one on black and pink. Like they went crazy for that color, y'all. Went super duper nuts. So I had one jig that our test jig that I made. It was a short head, purple and pink body, and a short tail, and they liked that too. Like they went crazy for that too. I only had one, and you know how it is in the spun. If you vertical jigging in the spun in the shallow, what's gonna happen? Yep, got hooked up on some rocks and broke it off, and I was sick as a dog because I only made one. I'm looking at these colors, man. Yeah, it was a Bud Crisco. It was a Jelly Belly. So it was a short head with a dark green Jelly Belly body and a short tail. And if I'm glad you said that, Devon 255 said, "Yep, color does matter." I'm so glad you said that because you know you hear a lot of people say, "Oh man, color don't matter. Color don't matter." It's a proven fact. Y'all have seen the videos I've been doing on that lake lately. Black and pink, black and pink, black and purple, black and pink, black and purple, black and pink. That's been the color. Pre-spun, that was the pre-spun color. Now that it's a full out spun on that lake, they don't want it. Like they want it, but not really. Like I said, it was 10 to 1. But they want that short, green and short, and they went crazy. I'm talking about they was thumping it so hard. You know when you get them thumps hard, like you can feel it in your bones. Like they were thumping it hard. Also, I did what I love to do when I crappie fish, that jig and bobber. We was literally, y'all might not believe this, we were literally fishing in about a foot of water, fishing about 8 inches down in a foot of water, catching crappie. Like we was up on the, I mean, we could have stood up in the water and fished for the crappie. Like we was up on the banks in the boat. Like I had to let my trolling motor up some because we was that shallow, fishing with a jig and a bobber and vertical jigging in like a foot of water, 8 inches of water, 2 feet of water, 3 feet of water. I don't think we didn't go no deeper than about 5 or 6 feet that whole day. We caught all those crappie. We caught a 5-man limit from 8 inches to 6 feet of water the whole day. It was unbelievable. Richard Rounder, what's going on? DRD said, how deep were they out there? Are less than 5 foot yet? I went to Conroe today. They still in pre-spawn stage, catching them at 10 to 12 and 15 foot away. Yep, DRD. Yep, that's what it is. I just answered that. Yep. Yeah, brother. They shallow. When I tell you shallow, they shallow. If you've never seen crappie get caught in 8 inches of water, wait till I put this video out. You're going to see some 8, and I'm talking about slab, 13, 14, 15 inch crappie in 8 inches of water, 1 foot of water. Like they right on, we were hitting the rocks. We were casting, when we did the jig and the bobber, we was casting against the rocks, pulling the jig back just a hair off the rock. And by the time the jig, I mean, they were so aggressive. Some of the jigs, they were hitting some of the jigs like minnows, like they'll sink the bobber, like it wasn't just a little tap. You know how they usually just do the bobber like that? No, they was holding the bobber down, taking off with the bobber. Like it was an unbelievable day. Like it really was. I only recorded just that morning. So I got some good footage, though. I got some good footage. I can't wait to post that. It was a hell of a day, though. What color the water? The water's always been the same color on that lake. It never changes. It's like a dark green. It's always been that same color. That lake there, the color never changed of the water. It's like a dark green color. It's a year-round color there. Rich man said, running late. Nah, brother, you right on time, brother. Andrew Law said, looking at the eye on a crappie, why do we think they are colorblind. I don't know, man. I just hear a lot of people say that, man. A lot of people be like, oh, color don't matter, color don't matter. I think color do matter. It's a proven fact. Maybe not certain color, but contrast definitely matter. You know, something bright, something dark, you know, bright, dark, or whatever. I think the whole color thing matters to me. Make sure y'all hit the like button too, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I would gladly appreciate that. Mike Turner said, Kenny, what's with it? Color does matter, Doc. Oh, I believe I've always said that. Like I got into some hard discussions with people that said the color don't matter, because it does. It's a proven fact. It does. It really do matter. And like I said, I've gotten into some hard discussions with a few people that just don't believe the color matters. KW said, what's up, Kenny? Got to show you that 13-inch shell cracker I caught. Black Rain, brother. Okay, man. I would love to see that, man. Email it to me, brother. I would love to see a 13-inch shell cracker. That's the thing I'm excited. Like, I love crappie. Everybody know I love crappie and the spun and all of that. But what I'm excited about is around that May to October, when I can shoot some bluegill videos. I got a new lake that I haven't fished for bluegills on. They got some huge shell crackers. I can't wait to get to that lake. I'm gonna shoot some video. That's what I'm excited about. My dad, he called me today. My dad was like, hey, been bring biting yet? I said, no, Dad, you got about another couple months. May to October, because he's coming down here from Mississippi, and I can't wait to put him on YouTube, because he loved brim. Like, he definitely loved to catch brim and eat brim. That's what I'm waiting for that. And she said, wow, a foot, shaking my head crazy. That means they was post-spawn before the winter storm. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. So this is just my logic, though. This is my logic. Before the storm, before the winter storm, we was catching them, you know, 10 feet. They were definitely pre-spun, though. They was 10 feet, close to the bank. Drop-offs, 10, 8 feet. But, you know, the water temperature was like 59 degrees. You know, around that 60, 65 degrees when they really started spawning. So, then the that winter freeze came, that winter storm came, water temp dropped down to 38 degrees. So they was in a shock. A week later, they jump up and go to, the temperature went back to the 70s. So it jumped up to like 50 something degrees. Weather temperature was 70 degrees. Water temp like 51, 52. This past weekend, the water temp was at 60. The water temp was at 60 at a point where I looked down and seen it was 60. I think it was 60.1, and we was catching them, literally. That's another thing too. A lot of people, they be like, oh, the crappie don't bite they don't start spawning to the end of March or middle of March. That don't matter. It don't matter what time of the month. It matters the water temperature. That water temperature, it's in the South. I would say in the South. In the South, when you start seeing 60, 65, between 60 and 65 degree water temperatures, that's when you need to start looking for the spawn. It really don't matter what time of the year it is, or what time of the month in the spring. You know it's a spring, but you know, is it early spring, late spring, middle spring? That don't matter. It's about the water temperature. When the fish have sat in the pre-spawn, ate good, they're fat, when their water temp hit right, the males, they start to put that tuxedo on, start to get a little darker. You know, it's spawn time, and it's just that simple. Cornell Harper, what's going on, brother? Kenny, what's the water temp? Yeah, the water temp there was 60.1. Same with Somerville, pre-spawn, caught them last week in 9 to 20 foot of water. March would be fire on that lake. Yep, it's all about the weather, man. And we've been having some pretty warm weather, kind of cool in the morning, but it's warm during the daytime. So as long as that water temp get up, like I said, when that water temp get up to about between 60 and 65, watch what happens. You better be looking for the banks. DRD said, can't wait to see the video. Yeah, man, I can't wait. Once I get back, man, I'm going to start editing that video. KW said, Kenny, do you fish grass mats? So I'm in here in Texas, and we don't have grass mats. Like, I know Florida is big for grass mats, and you dig through them and drop that jig down. I would love to do that, but we don't have them. Well, not where I fish. The lakes I fish, they don't have any grass mats. But when the bluegills are biting, or shell crackers. We do have some lily pads, and I definitely love to play in the lily pads. It's not a lot, just a little few lily pads that I definitely will play over there. Kenny gonna make some brush piles with some 12 to 15 feet tall branches. Man, that's gonna be a hell of a brush pile. If I had some branches about 12 to 15 feet, I'll drop it in 20 feet of water. So you got a 5 to 7, 5 to 8 feet clearance from the top of that water. So if the water does drop some, it's still underwater. Man, I look for some 20 feet of water to drop it in. That's just me though. Well, they said, how much did that red ear weigh? That's a good question. How much did it weigh, KW? That 13-inch. Rick M, how you doing, brother? How you doing? You ain't running late, brother. You just in time. He said, got you, bro. Black Rain got the photo. Okay, man, send me that photo. I love to see it. I had an old head, Terry Bostic said I had an old head tell me color don't matter, but he had a box full of different colors. And that's the thing too, y'all. Most of the people that say color don't matter, they got a lot of jigs. Use one color jig if color don't matter. That's what I'm saying. So that's crazy. Angela Law said, what up, Rich? Okay. Chauncey Williams said, what up, Ken and all the people? What's going on, Chauncey? Angela Law said, that's why I don't pay listening to everybody. That's why it don't. But yeah, that's a fact. You can't listen to everybody. You definitely can't. Like I say, the things I say, I can only speak from my perspective of what happened to me on this lake. You can go to a completely different lake and that, and it might not work. But the thing about it with me, I love to not just tell you. I like to show you the video, show you pictures, because we fishermen. Every fisherman got a story. Man, I remember back in 1985, we caught 1,000 crappie. You know what I'm saying? But you have no pictures, you don't have a video. So whatever I say, I like to back it up with a picture or a video. With this, Marcus Wells said, what's going on, everybody? What it do? Marcus Wells, 803 Gardening. Willis Leroy said, what about rising water? The water has came up. So what's so crazy is on that lake, they don't open up the spillway. Since last year, they stopped opening up because during the summertime, it gets so shallow. So what they did, all 2020, they did not open it up. The water is so high out there now that they opened it up for the first time in a year and a half. They opened up the spillway to kind of let some of that water out. So, it really don't even matter if the water is right. Who is calling me right now? You can't call me. Whoever it is, don't call me right now. I'm on live. So even with the rise in water, that really don't matter, because when that water temperature gets to the right temp, those crappie are gonna go to the shallows regardless of the water. Like I said, that water is high as it's ever been since I fished there. I've never seen that water that high on that lake. And look, those crappie are still biting in the shallow. Like I said, we was catching them 8 inches, 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet. I'm gonna tell y'all something too. I don't like to put everybody on all the game I do. I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you something because it's a prime example of what happened. This is an example of what happened. So everybody figured it out that was on the lake that day to fish the shallows. Everybody was fishing, and you could have seen 3 and 4 pontoon boats packed up against the rocks. The boat over here against the rock, boat over here against the rocks. Then the crappie stopped biting on the rocks in that 1 feet, 8 inches, 2 feet of water. You know what those boats did? Those boats left. I was doing a guide trip. So 2 of the guys that was on the boat with me, they said, man, everybody rode out. I said, man, we're going to go right over there where they at. Because I know that area. I fished that area last year in the spring. I said, that area got a lot of crappie in it. We're going to catch some more. We're going to go right over where they at. We're not going to fish against the rocks. We're going to fish a little bit deeper. They've caught everything up off the rocks. 1 feet of water, 8 inches of water. Let's go to this 5 feet of water. We're going to vertical jig this 5 feet of water. Man, we went over there in that 5 feet of water, right behind them. I tell them, they sat there all morning. They sat there from 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock, a good 5 hours. They sat on this spot. And it was probably about 6 boats, sat on the spot, didn't move. And they left. We came right behind them and probably caught another 50 or 60 when they thought when they thought the fish had stopped biting. No, if they're not directly in the shallows and you caught them there, move back. Go to a little deeper water. That's all you got to do. That's all we did. We went to the rocks. We cast them. We caught a couple. When I was, yeah, you're slow over here. I said, all right, y'all, this is what we're going to do. And that's what fish finders and stuff like that come in handy. I said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to move to this 5 feet of water, and then we're going to get to it. And that's all we did. We just moved a couple feet off the bank, went to 5-6 feet of water, vertical jig, and the show was on. The show was on. And it's just that simple. Sleepy Rich says, up, Ken, the crappie here in East Texas are starting to move in. Caught 8 big ones today. Yes, sir. Sleepy the real, man. What's going on? Yeah, man. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time. Man, I'm going again Friday. I actually took out Friday, so I'll be out there again. I got another guide trip Friday, so I will definitely. I need to edit this video so I can make some room on my other SD card to shoot another video. This is coming up Friday. Said he had a bunch of slabs. Oh yeah, man, it was unbelievable. Yeah, bud, Chris, I'm gonna hit it Friday. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Friday, I'm hitting it. Brother, I got to get a shower and get some rest. I got a lot to haul tomorrow. All right, brother, you be safe out there on that road, brother. Be safe on that road. The 1225 said, I seen a guy in the ACT crappie tournament with that tie huckabee rod. He didn't use a net. He was slanging them in the boat. Man, I'm telling y'all, you ain't gonna beat that rod. Like, that rod is unbelievable. It's worth the money. I promise you that. It's definitely worth the money. I promise you. Dan Schubert said, hey, Skinny Ken, I got a question for you. What do you special to detect the bite if your vision is bad and you can't keep up with where the bobber goes? Okay, so this is what I do. Like I said, I like the vertical jig anyway. Like, it got to the point where I was vertical jigging in about 2 feet of water. So if you like the vertical jig, just look, get you a knife, a pole at least 10 feet. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever you want to use, but at least 10 feet. Get you a rod, go to those shallows, and just drop that jig down. When you see the jig stop, lift up on a little bit, wiggle a little bit, and move it. To the left, to the right, front, to the back. And you can just vertical jig. You can vertical jig the spun. You don't have to use a bob all the time. Like I said, it's a proven fact. We vertical jig. Like I said, we actually vertical jig some areas that was like 2 feet of water and snatching them out of there. So if you can't see the bobber's not working for you, vertical jig it. Vertical jig it. There's nothing wrong with it. I love it. I love vertical jigging. It's just that jig and bobber is something, that's how I started crappie fishing, with a jig and a bobber. So I love to do that from time to time. And, you know, of course, in the spun, it's the perfect time to use that jig and bobber. And it's just something about watching that little bobber, boop, when they hit it, man. It was a special day. Very special day. Be careful and catch something. I definitely will, Richard Randall. I definitely will. Shotgun right. What's going on, brother? Mickey Wilson, what it do? KW said, don't know exactly, guessing around 3.54 pounds. Really? Oh my God. But it may not be as big as Kenny Crockett. Man, that's a huge shell cracker though. Dan Shoop said, is there a certain way to hold the line on the rod to feel the bite? Look, I don't hold no line. I'm a straight braid. I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people may or may not agree with me. If you're crappie fishing, 8-pound braid is the best line to have. Straight braid, no leader, no nothing. Just because that bite intensifies so much on a crappie rod. If you got a crappie rod out there and you got some 8-pound braid, straight braid, put your jig on it with the braid line, and you put that out there, and I'm telling you, it'll thump, like you'll feel that tap, like somebody tap your hand. And once they tap your hand, you just setting the hook. But the thump is so much harder, like you feel that thump. It's just so much more intensity in that thump when you have straight braid. I promise you, I've seen it. I know a lot of people love their monofilament or they love their fluorocarbon. I'm telling you, straight braid, get you about some 8-pound straight braid, and you will not go wrong. Willis Leroy said, what about targeting spawning fish from the bank? Same thing. You can vertical jig from the bank. We do it sometimes. We go to Lake Houston. We walk out on the dock. and vertical jig it up and down, up and down. Same thing. Or you can always use the bobber. You can always use the bobber. If you know it's somewhere, so on that lake, what I look for are rocks. I look for the rocks. A lot of crappie love to spawn on the rocks. It's a proven fact. So if you see some rocks in the shallow, you see some rocks up on the bank, then 9 times out of 10, them rocks going in the water. Cast along those rocks. If you don't know the depth, start shallow. Start at about a foot. Put your bobber, set your bobber at a foot down. If it's your bobber standing up, you ain't getting no bites, lift it up to a foot and a half, 2 feet, and just work your way down until you know that's the bottom. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Put your bobber, put your jig on. Even if, look, we had some guys out there. I had some guys that were with me. Like I said, when I do my guide trips, I bring everything. Jigs, minnows, hand ties, plastics, whatever. We even had minnows. We cast the minnows up there just to see. They was hitting, like in the spawn, they hitting everything. But what's funny was they only wanted that lemon lime color the most. Like they wanted that the most. Like I said, I tried other colors. It was something about that lemon lime color that they really loved, and they tore it up. Carlos Anderson, what it do? KW Ken the man already. Hugo said, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Man, as always, like I say, if I know anything, man, I put y'all on game because y'all put me up on game. So, you know, I always. Water temp is inconsistent. Crappie bite is midday. So it's Dyson. The water temp here, like I said, hit 60. My thing, I've always went by, for years, I've always went by 60 to 65 degree water. If the water temp is between 60 and 65 degrees in the springtime, the crappie are spawning. That's almost a proven fact. That's like 95% true in the South. If that water temp is between 60 to 65, the crappie are definitely spawning. And so out here at the lake I fish, now there's other lakes out here they haven't in the same in Houston or around Houston, they're not spawning yet. On this lake, this area gets warm, the water warms up faster than other areas of the lake. Other areas of the lake, they aren't spawning. I went to other areas. It's 53, 54 degree water temp. You're not seeing nothing on the bank. But when I go back to this certain area of the lake, it's 60 degrees and they're full out spawn. So that even lets me know that water temp has to be between 60 and 65 for those crappie to be spawning. Sleepy was LOL. I'm going in the morning, editing one now. Hope have a good sand bass video tomorrow. I know that's right, brother. But of course, I sent a pic of that jelly belly that's on hit. Can't wait to see it. I definitely will. I wish I should have brought some with me. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will. I guess what I do in the video, when I edit that video, I'm gonna actually show y'all the jig in that video that I use. I'll be using it again Friday. Oh yeah. If y'all don't mind, please hit the like button. If you don't mind, I would gladly appreciate it if you hit the like button. Wardell says, Skinny Kenny, what type of reel you got on your Huckabee? I have a Fluger. Fluger Summit. I think it's a Fluger Summit. That's what I got on there, a Fluger Summit. I love Fluger. I mostly use only Fluger and Luz. I love the Luz reels and I love the Fluger reels. So that's mostly all I have on my rods, or either Flugers or Luz. Devon225 said, Kenny, I still catch them deep during the spawn, also around 10. That's a fact. That's a fact. So the thing about it is this. If you're catching, you catch a lot of fish. You're going to catch a lot of males. But what we did, we caught more females than males. So we caught the spawn like right at the peak, right on the money. Really, because we caught a few males, but we caught a lot of females. But as the spawn goes on, you're going to start catching those bigger fish in deeper water, because they're just going up there to land their eggs in the shallows, and the females, they bagging on back out. The males stand up there to guard their eggs and do what they need to do. But the females, they go up there and lay their eggs, and they coming on back out, going back into deeper water. They're not just sitting there in 2 and 3 feet of water. Nope, they're going to go back to that 10, 12, going back to the brush. Find the structure, going back to the structure. That's why I tell people, put you some structure in 10 to 12 feet. Because after the spawn, that structure going to be on fire. I have a lot of structure between 10 and 12 feet, not far from the bank. And I'm telling you, I can't wait for that. I'm more excited about that. I mean, I knew what the spawn was going to be, but I have new brush piles that I have not even fished yet because I've been waiting for the spawn, and I'm waiting for the spawn to be over just to see what those brush piles produce. So I caught a 14-inch this weekend on a jelly belly I made. Thanks for the awesome jig idea, bro. Man, no problem. I don't know what it is about them jelly belly. I honestly don't know. To be honest with y'all, I don't know what about them jelly bellies make those crappie go crazy. But they literally go crazy for them. Slick said, I appreciate the jigs. I can't wait to try them out. No problem, brother. No problem at all. Squidder said, when you come to Lake Houston and wake up the fish. I heard word on the street. Lake Houston been cranking up a little bit. Like it's starting to crank up, and that would be perfect timing because by the time the spawn is over with at my favorite lake, then I can go right to Lake Houston, which is the lake I love to fish in the spawn because there is a potential 3-pounder with my name on it somewhere out there. There's a 3-pound crappie somewhere on Lake Houston with my name on it. So by the time the spawn is over with at my favorite lake, then the rest of the time I'm going to play at Lake Houston because I want to catch me a 3-pound crappie, and I feel like that would be the place I would catch it at. Catfish 315, what's going on, brother? KW Kenny, can you use side imaging on grass mats to locate crappie? Man, depending on what see, like I said, I haven't really dealt with grass mats, and I think depending on your fish finder. Like I say, I'm a hummingbird guy. I think hummingbird can look through the walls. If you ask me, I love hummingbird just that much. So I will say yes, but I don't know because I've never, like I said, I've never been on lakes that have grass mats. But I'm almost for sure if you got a good fish finder with good side imaging like hummingbird, I'm sure you can look under it. I'm almost for certain you can. Shark and Rice, I use that 8-pound spider wire. I'm telling you, man, I love 8-pound. 8-pound is my magical number when it comes to braids. I've been using 8-pound braid for years, and I'm going to continue to use it for years. It's strong enough that you can get your jigs out of brush or get from hung up, but it's also light enough to where if you just can't get it out, you can pull it and break it and go ahead and break the jig off and retie. So that's why I like that 8. That 10, a little bit too thick. That 10 I cut my fingers a couple times. Went through my fingers because I grabbed the line and tried to jack it out because it was hung up and sliced through my hand. But that 8 is like perfect for me. You change color and depth. Yep. I changed the color and I definitely changed the depth. That's a fact. I have. Willis Leroy said, would you target the northwest bank or do it matter? Would you target the northwest bank? Depending on the lake. You got to know your lake. That's one thing I always say. One thing I always say is know your lake. Know your lake. That is the main thing. Like I said, the lake I fish at the most is I've put so much time on that lake. I've put every season on that lake to see what those crappie do, where they go. I've sat there for whole summers trying to find them and finding them and looking for them all fall, all winter, all spring. Like I've done it, so it's about putting time in on that lake. Cause most of the time, crappie they're gonna spawn the same areas most of the time every year. Most of the time they're gonna spawn in the same areas every year. Chad Johnson said, what jig yellow chartreuse? So what was jig yellow chartreuse or green chartreuse with a dark green body? It was, I gotta show it to you. I have to show it to you. I think it was a yellow chartreuse though. It was a yellow chartreuse head with a dark green body with a yellow chartreuse head, dark green body, and a green chartreuse tail. And when I show it to you, you're gonna be like, okay, but yeah, the head was more of a yellow chartreuse. The body was a regular dark green color, and the tail was a chartreuse green tail. Can you use side imaging? I'm merging to locate trailer for grass mats. Can you use? Like I said, I think you can use anything you want to look at in the water. Side imaging is the thing to do. Like I said, I don't. Hummingbird have showed me so much clarity when it comes to side imaging that I feel like that Hummingbird side image can look through anything. Like I said, it's so clear, it's user friendly. You know, I mean, I know sometimes we look at YouTube, we look at videos, we look at TV, and they make these images look so crystal clear, and we get on our fish finders and we just can't get it that crystal clear. One thing about Hummingbird, you won't have it just like perfect. Like some I've seen some people Hummingbird that they stuff just look unbelievable. Like I'm like, how do you get it that clear? But the thing about it, you can buy a Hummingbird with side imaging right now at the store, plug it up, and go and start scanning, and you're gonna see stuff crystal clear. Maybe not as clear as it says on the box, but you'll see it crystal clear without tweaking any knobs or any buttons or touching anything. So what I do whenever I buy a new unit, I just plug it up and play. I never hit no this and that and change that and this. No, I just leave it alone and I use it and it works fine. Willis Leroy said, I'm trying to tie your jelly belly right now. I'm telling you, it was deadly. It definitely was deadly. Sean Green said, north end of the lake always warm up faster. Maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That area of the lake is actually the south end, if I'm not mistaken, where I was fishing at. But it's that lake is different than other lakes. I would say that. That lake is different from other lakes. They got a little bit more extra stuff out there that the typical lake don't have. So I don't really. That's why I don't compare that lake to no lakes. Like some of the stuff you can get away with on other lakes, you can't do it on that lake. But some of the things you can do on this lake, you can't do it on other lakes. Like I've tried it. Like I've fished the lake I love to fish, and I've went to other lakes. Went to Lake Houston. I went to Somerville. Went to Conroe, and I tried those same tactics, and it didn't work. But I've also used tactics from those lakes and brought it to my favorite lake, and it didn't work. So that lake there is like biased. It's just a weird lake. That's why I love it so much. It's just a weird lake. Fly guys, what it do, bro? He said, boy, bro, y'all killed it on that 125 haul. Yep, we did. I'm gonna tell y'all something though. I'm gonna tell you something. And it kind of got to me. I'm sure a lot of y'all on Facebook. And a lot of y'all on Crappie Fishing Foods. And so, I really don't post on Crappie Fishing Foods just because you got a lot of haters on there. You got a lot of jealousy and a lot of haters on there. So I said, what the heck? I'm going to post on it. I really don't post on it. But hey, when do you actually see, how many times you actually see a boat with 125 crappie? You rarely see that. So I said, let me just post it. I posted it on there. And I got so much hate. A lot of people were like, oh man, those crappie, or you could have threw the lip ones back. I'm like, what lip ones? I didn't have no little crappie. Like, majority of those crappie was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-inch crappie. We had a few 11s. All the 10s we threw back, and we threw back half the 11s that we was catching at the end of the day. So I was like, Then I had one guy, he was like, because I put Skinny Kenny Guide Service up there in the caption. He was like, man, you're going to run that guide out of business. So, I replied to him like, I'm the guide. So I guess he had to come up with something. He said, well, you're going to run yourself out of business. I said, well, I work a regular job. I just do this on the weekend because this is something I love to fish. And so then he just started going with this, blah, blah, blah. But I was just amazed at how many people will be jealous and hate on you because it's something they can't do. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that type of person. Like, if I see somebody catch 125 crappie, I'm going to try to inbox them like, hey, man, what lake you was at? What color you was using? Were you using jigs? Were you using hand tie? Were you using plastic? Were you using minnows? What lake that was again? What state you in? What city you in? Like, I'm trying to figure out some stuff. I wouldn't be sitting there like, man, you should throw someone back. You gonna hurt the crappie population. And that's another thing too. A lot of people say, oh man, you'll hurt the crappie population. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Go build you a pond or go build you a lake. And I want you to get the same size crappie, the same size bass, and some same size bluegills. Get 1,000 of each and put them in all of them in the lake. Don't fish that lake for 5 years and watch what happens. The crappie are going to overpopulate that lake. They're going to overpopulate it. You better hope those bass get big fast and eat those crappie, because the crappie will overpopulate the lake. That's why you hear a lot of people say, let that be the last thing you put in your lakes. Let your other fish get big first, because the crappie will over. And I've been to a couple of private ponds to where you get those crappie. They're small in the body and they mouth like the size of a bass, because it's overpopulated. It's stunning their growth because it's overpopulated. I'm gonna tell y'all, you're not gonna fish out a lake. Yeah, you might, the size, you might not catch 20, 15-inch crappies anymore, but you're not gonna catch all the crappie out no lake. I'm sick of hearing people say that. I'm so like that has just got me so mad. Just I always hearing people say, "Oh man, you're gonna fish out a lake. You're gonna fish." You're not gonna fish out no lake of crappie. Crappie's fun. Crappie lay a lot of eggs. Crappie populate like crazy. You're not going to catch all the crappie out of a lake. It's just not gonna happen. Prime example, I'm gonna tell you. In the pre-spawn, I took some guys out and we caught 120 crappie. In this same exact area, 3 or 4 weeks later, we go to those same areas and fishing in the spawn, exact same area, and we catch a 5-man limit. You're not gonna, and the ones we didn't catch, it's probably still 10,000 crappie just in that one area that we didn't even catch. So if y'all keep hearing people say, or even if you believe that you can fish out a lake, it's not true. You can't fish out a lake. I just don't believe that. Hugo said, I'm sure Humminbird is up to that task. That the picture clarity is amazing. It definitely is. Definitely is. Dan Schubert said, Kenny, it looked like that 5-man limit you guys caught emptied the lake. LOA. I was just talking about that. That's funny that you said that. That's so funny. Now, just this year alone, with myself, going by myself, or doing a guide trip on that lake, I probably done caught, I'll say about 700 to 800 crappie. It ain't hurting that lake though. It wouldn't. Devon 225 said, Kenny, that Mr. Crappie 4-pound test is a beast. I've got some 4-pound slime line too. That thing is gonna test out this weekend. So I've had some of that slime line, and I didn't have a problem with it, but it's just something about braid, man. I love that braid because it has no stretch, and you feel everything with that braid. I love braid just because of the feel. Okay, Deb said, yes, sir. Know your lake. Get them. Yeah, you got to know your lake. That's one thing about it. If you think you're just going to pull up to a lake you never been to and just consistently catch crappie, it's not going to happen. You got to put some time out. You got to put some time in on that lake. Some days you should scan more than fish. Some days you're going to fish more than scan. Some days you're going to put out brush piles to build the lake up. Some days you gotta. It's so much into that. Like with that lake I fish, I probably got 20 brush piles out there, and I still haven't scanned some areas of the lake yet. I've put brush piles out in areas of the lake that I haven't even fished. I put them out there a couple months ago, and I haven't even fished them yet. So you got to do that type of stuff to find these crappie. You're not just gonna go every time to the lake, go catch crappie and go home. It's not gonna be that easy. I'm telling you, it's not. Albert Evans, what's going on, brother? What's happening? Mississippi's in the building. So waiting on that 5 video, bro. Shout out from Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, man, I'm out of town right now. I'm actually in Beaumont, Texas. I'm working in Beaumont, Texas right now. So I will be back home Friday. Hopefully I can get that video edited and go and put it out there by this weekend. And just also do a giveaway. Man, I'm not at home right now. If I was at home, man, I would do a giveaway. If somebody would have got that color right, I told you I was going to give you some jigs, but nobody got the color right. Nobody got the color right to get the jigs. And like I said, next time you catch 125, I got the grease and the pan ready. Yep. So like when I do my guides, man, I give all the fish away unless it's just like that 125. I kept 26. I kept 26 out of the 125. That's all that would fit in my cooler. That was it. Have you tried crappie magnum slab bites yet? I've tried, man. I've tried everybody would. They got like, I think it's called Magic Bite. I've tried the crappie magnet bite. Don't nothing compare to. I've tried the Flea Fly. They got some new little crappie bites. I don't nothing compare to those Berkeley crappie nibbles. Like nothing. I done tried them all. Nothing is better than their Power Bait, Berkeley Power Bait crappie nibbles. Nothing. Albert even said it's normally the south end warms up faster. Okay, actually I think that it might be the south end of that lake though that I'm fishing. I've never even looked at the map to see what, I look at the map all the time, but I never just noticed what end of the lake. So when I go Friday, Lord's willing, I'm gonna look at what end of the lake that is. Then I will come back and let y'all know, because I honestly don't know. I've been fishing that lake for a few years, 4 or 5 years, and I still don't know what end of the lake I fish. Then Florida does not allow dropping brush pile. Average lake depth is 3 feet. So that's even in it's Houston like that too. Lake Houston, you don't supposed to drop brush piles on Lake Houston either. But we are blessed to have some lakes that we can. My favorite lake we can. I know you can put some out at Conroe. You can put some out at Somerville. So that's a good thing. But I'm not saying maybe you can just pull up to the bank and cut down a tree or something and drop and have a cinder block in your boat. I'm not going to tell you to do that. But as long as I'm about to see you, you'll be okay. Hugo said it's cause they were slapped, Kenny, and made your 11s look like babies. That's facts. I'm telling y'all, we had that was some big crappie we had. We had some big crappie. But was it, don't sweat the haters, man. They just jealous. Yep, that's a fact. West Coast Q, what's going on, brother? He said, yo, Kenny, what's good, bro? Long time. Just a heads up, your jig will be hitting Clear Lake this weekend. Brother, I know one thing about you. I know you're going to send me them pictures. I still got the pictures that you sent me before. Send me those pictures, man. Let me check them out. The one device said, yeah, you have a lot of haters on crappie fishing foods. Yeah, man. So I think a lot of people that's on there, I think they got like 30 or 40,000 people on that crappie fishing food. Most of them on there just to be jealous and hate. They're not there to post pictures. Now, a lot of people I would tell them, like, they was like, oh, this and that. I said, well, post some pictures of your fish. Let me see what kind of fish you catch. Let me see how many fish you catch. Then they'll just be like, haha, whatever. Okay, exactly. Because you don't catch any fish. That's why you mad. But it is what it is. Hugo said, yes, there's a lot of haters on those groups. Can't be happy for someone simply catching their limit. I know, man. It's crazy, man. I would be excited. Cornell Harper said, yeah, I'm really thinking about leaving that group. So much hate. Yeah, they hate, brother. They hate big time. SK said, you lowered the lake level on that trip. And that ain't a bad thing for crappie, LOL. I knew you were going to hear some crazy stuff about it. Yeah, SK, man. They, oh my God. Man, I'm telling you. I honestly was shocked at how many people had something negative to say. I was like, it was more people on there commenting negative stuff than it was positive stuff. And I'm like, if I seen somebody catch that many crappie, I love it. Like I said, I'm gonna ask them some questions. I'm sure they're not gonna tell me what lake they fish, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and ask them, especially if they in the state of Texas. Mickey D said, I saw that I was the one that was posted about the sleep of the reels biology gets. Okay, if I seen that, you ain't heard nothing, man. I know it, man. Okay, I definitely know. Yep, you definitely did post that. That's a fact. Then Schuber said, I was thinking, man, I need to be at that fish fry. Man, I'm telling you, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. I'm on Nebraska's in the house. Albert C. Evans, I see you, brother. Terry Boss said, hey, fam, what lake were you at? What color did you use? Did you use minnows? Where did you stay? LOL. Woo, Terry Boss, you family, brother. I ain't going to tell you what it is, but if you ever in Houston, give me a holler. You know I got you. You know I got you, brother. But I definitely can't tell you the lake. Mike turns to Keenan. Everybody knows a crappie after a spawn would be approximately 10 inches by December. You can't fish out of lake. I know it for a fact. Curtis Brown, what's going on, brother? KW got some of your jig pad masters for sure. Got to get some. Now I'm telling you. I'll tell you. They on fire right now. Napoleon Armstrong, what's going on, brother? West Coast Q said, we'll post pics for you, bro, next to your jigs. Man, I sure appreciate it. I would definitely appreciate it. So yeah, y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. I seen what went down last Sunday. Like I said, I'm gonna give it another go. I got another guide trip Friday. So we'll see what happens. I know the spawn really don't last. To be in the shallows like that, it'll last a couple weeks, but really not that long. So I want to see, is last week it, or can I pull a back to back? I'm trying to see, can I pull a back to back? Y'all see, I got my Patriots hat on. We only the last football team to win back to back championships. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm trying to go back to back. I'm trying to catch another. So I'm gonna have 3 people this time. It's only gonna be 3 of us. So I'm trying to do a 75 limit. I'm trying to catch 75. It's me and 2 more guys. They got a guide trip Friday, so we're gonna try to do a 75. We'll try to max it out again. We're gonna do a 3-man limit. Hopefully everything goes well and the crappie still biting. We're gonna do 3-man limit. Y'all might look. I tell you what. If we can do a 3-man limit, I'm gonna go live Friday during the fishing trip, and we're gonna do a giveaway. So y'all just stay tuned Friday during the daytime sometime. If I don't go live, we didn't do the 3-man limit. But if I do a 3-man limit with the 2 guys that's on the boat with me, if we do a 3-man limit, y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna go live and we're gonna do a giveaway while we live, while we on the lake, and while we fish. Chad Johnson said, that ain't talking about nothing. That 5-man limit was impressive, fam. They would have been smiling ear to ear if they would have been out there with. I know it, brother. That's the thing, man. That's why I told them, well, y'all show me some pictures of some crappie y'all caught. None of them could show me no pictures, but 1 or 2 crappie. I'm like, no, okay, I understand it, but show me your limit. Show me a 25-man limit. Show me, if you're in Texas, show me your 25-man limit. I showed you a 5-man limit. Show me a 1-man limit. And they couldn't even do that. So, I mean, it was crazy, though, how people hate that bad. Like, it was unbelievable. Albert Evans said, bro, the ones crying about the amount of fish you caught, I bet they have caught over their limits and kept undersized fish. They probably have caught over their limit, and they keep 8-inch crappie. You probably about right. But, of course, I may not get any work done Friday waiting for that live LOL. I'm telling you, if we can hit a 75, we can hit a 3-man limit, we're gonna go live and we're gonna do a giveaway. What the giveaway is gonna consist of, I don't know. Maybe some jigs, maybe some slab slobber, maybe a rod, maybe a reel, maybe some fishing line. You just never know. But if we get a 3-man limit, something gonna be given away for sure. Maybe a free guide trip. Something gonna be given away. You better believe it. Napoleon Armstrong, if nothing else, my Giants had the Patriots number when it mattered. Kenny, yes, it's true, man. It's true. I don't like to even talk to Giants fans. So Napoleon Armstrong, I ain't gonna talk to you no more, because y'all broke my heart twice. Y'all helped out the Miami Dolphins still be the only undefeated team ever, and we could have been there, but the Giants got in our way. Unbelievable. Hurt my feelings just to think about it. Hugo said, LOL, Bud Crisco, same here. Albert C. Evans said, lakes are still frozen there. Yeah, in Nebraska, I'm sure, man. I know y'all get that cold weather. I'm so glad that cold stuff is over with. I was going crazy. I'm glad it's over with. Larry Connor said, Kenny, have you fished the Jiffy jigs before? Nope, I only really just fish my jigs, Larry Connor. I only fish the jigs I make, man. Like I said, I use a plastic every blue moon. I get some Bobby Garlands out and use some 2-inch baby shads, but for the most part, I only fish the jigs I make. I think that it excites me to know that I can catch crappie on something that I'm sitting at home making, or some colors that I done put together or something like that. So I usually just fish with my jigs. Fly Guy said, same here, bud. Napoleon Armstrong, that ain't funny, man. That hurt my feelings, man, just to think about it. Sean said, Kenny, don't record it if they got the ACC. So, I'm glad you said that, Sean Green. So, in this video that we caught the 125, we were still talking noise. They still had their ACC rides. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you something. I'll give one thing about me. Y'all know I keep it 100. I keep it real with y'all. And I have to give it up to ACC Crappie rides. And I'm going to tell you why. I guess somebody told them about what happened in the video. And on my Instagram, the ACC Crappie ride went and watched that video. And the guy from ACC Crappie ride sent me a message on Instagram. He said, I'm sorry about what happened in your video. Send me your order number and I'll gladly replace it. Y'all know it wasn't for me. It was for one of the guys. It was actually for Blue, one of the guys that was on the guided trip. But I look, I tip my hat. I tip my hat to them. So for them, being stand-up people, I'm not going to talk about ACC today. I'm not going to do it. It's only going for the day though. But I'm not going to talk about ACC. I'm going to tip my hat to ACC. They definitely did that. And like I said, I keep it real. For them to send me a personal message on my Instagram and say that, I tip my hat to them. I look, kudos, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Squiddo said maybe some crappie for giveaway. I don't know. Maybe you gotta stay tuned. I hope that I catch that 3-man limit. K-Dub said, just so you know, Black and Rain fam, he was fam. I'm Jackson State, and I think we play y'all this year down in Miami. So I represent Jackson State, and y'all just joined the SWAC. So now we beefing. Albert C. Evans Jr. said, looking forward to seeing you and SK on the same boat. Man, look, me and SK about the same type of people. I'm gonna tell you something. When we locked in, man. I just read a text message that was so funny. I'm not going to read that text message. But that crap was so funny. I swear to God it was funny, but I'm not going to read it. It's pertaining to the live. It was hilarious. I lost my whole train of thought just then. I promise y'all, I lost my whole train of thought. What I was talking about. Oh, okay. Me and SK, we're like the same people. And when we're most of the time, if we do tournaments, or if we locked in on fishing, man, we like to fish alone. Like, we like to fish on our own boat. But when I do my guide trips, I don't, that's guide trips. I don't mind. But like, if I'm out there, sometimes, you get to the point to where you want to go out there by yourself, or if you're fishing a tournament down, a lot of time I just fish alone. So. He said, okay, Albert Evans, it was you. Okay, you the one that did it. Okay, I appreciate that, brother. He's I contact Andy personally, Kenny. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate it for sure, man. I can't stop laughing, man. Somebody sent me a text, man. I'm telling you, it threw me all the way off. I'm trying not to laugh. Bud Chris said, what's the biggest slab you ever caught this year so far? I caught a 262 this past weekend. I caught a 262. So far this year, 262. Last year I caught like some 2s, some 2.3s, 2.4s. Year before that is when I caught my personal best of 273 and a 250. But so far this year, I've caught a 262. I'm looking for that 3 though. Look at SK laughing, y'all. He a trip, man. He a trip. I promise y'all, he a trip. Devon 225 to ACC does have great customer service. They definitely do. Mello, you already know. Sonic Boom of the South. You already know. Jackson State University. And if y'all don't know, that's the school that Deion Sanders is coaching for right now. Devon 225 said, love fishing alone myself. Yeah, man. But Chris said, you got to share the text content, man. No, I ain't going to do it, man. I'm not going to do it because I said I wasn't going to talk about a certain thing. So I'm not going to. So I'm not going to share that with y'all. But that was funny. It caught me off guard. It was definitely funny. Shungry said, Andy, I got some tips to help me out, bro. For sure. KW said, do you change jig color after a cold front? So this is how I do it. Most people know when I fish, I double fish when I fish. I never fish with, sometimes I have to. I fish with one rod. Like if I'm doing a guide, then I'm only gonna fish with one rod. Sometimes I can still fish with two. But if I'm by myself, I fish with two rods. One color is gonna be the color. If I've been to that lake before, what color did was the last time I went? What did I catch fish on? If I went there last week and they hit this color, just like when I go Friday, the first jig I'm throwing in is the jig they was hitting the most last, that lemon line. I'm gonna throw that jig in first. The second jig is gonna be either between a gray, which is to me catch fish on any lake, or it's gonna be the color I caught before that, which was black and pink. So either gonna be I'm probably gonna go with a black and pink because I've caught a lot of crappie on it this year. So those are the two colors I'm gonna try out, just because those two colors have been the colors this year so far on that lake where the crappie have been hitting. If they don't like neither one of those colors, then I go to a gray. Then I'll probably, it depends on the water clarity, which is always like a dark green looking color. So I'll probably go to a gray, or then I'll probably go to something just off the wall. I go to off the wall colors if nothing is biting. I'll probably do like a pink. I got all kind of crazy colors. I do like a pink and orange, or I do a yellow and green and black and like I make all kind of crazy colors up. So I make a lot of crazy colors just for those days when the crappie bite is slow and they might want something different that they've never seen before. So I do a lot of crazy colors. So if you're going to a lake you always been to, KW, what I do is I go to jigs where I know I've caught them with in the past. If those don't work, I always try that gray. I love gray. Gray is that alternate color that's always on standby. If all else goes around, I'm putting on that gray or silver. So that's basically the same thing. I'm gonna go with that color. Then you start playing around. You may do a white, might do a black, might do a color combo. Like I said, an orange and sharp, or yellow and pink, or you can go with some dark colors like a blue and gray, or blue and a black. Or you might go with bright colors. Like that short and a green, or yellow and a sharp. Something like that. Yardy Kennedy, good evening, all Siren Lake. Yardy Kennedy, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Curtis Brown said, man, keep doing what you do. You are a positive guy. Enjoy your show. I so appreciate it, Curtis Brown. I definitely appreciate it, brother. Like Turn said, Kenny, if you catch a 3-pound hog, you got to do a giveaway. I can promise y'all this. After I get through shedding tears, like I love crappie fishing that much. I'm gonna claim it. Once I catch me a 3-pound crappie, after I get through crying, I'm gonna give away a Ty Huckabee rod. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all mark my words. When I catch me a 3-pound crappie, I'm gonna start crying, and after I get through crying, I'm gonna do a Ty Huckabee giveaway. I'm gonna give away a Ty Huckabee rod for sure. I definitely will. I'm gonna tell you what's so funny. Somebody said, Terry Boxer said, "What SK text family? LOL." I ain't gonna tell y'all. That's funny that you said SK text me something. Why would you think SK text me something? That's funny though. SK said Terry boy text. Mike turns to LOL. Bud and Curtis, he gotta do it. For sure. For sure. Chad Johnson, have you ever had any luck with Emerald Shiner Chanel or Monkey Milk Chanel? Chat Jock, I don't like to give info out like that. But I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to tell you, Chat Jock. This is the information I'm going to give you on that. One of those Chanels is my favorite color Chanel. I ain't going to tell you which one. One of those Chanels is my favorite color Chanel. It's crazy that you put those two colors out there. That's crazy though. But one of those colors is my favorite color. KW said gray works awesome in grass mats. Awesome. Yeah, man, gray is an alternate color that will work anywhere. If I'm going to a brand new lake I've never been to, gray is the first color I'm dropping. Mr. B, what's going on, brother? Tell about the family. What made you go to that color? Like I say, majority, y'all might not believe me, but majority of the time when I'm fishing, the day before I would make up some colors. And I'll probably tie about 5 of them. And majority of the time, those are the colors that the crappie want. Then I end up getting hung up, breaking them off, and I end up running out. I'm like, And that was just a color I sat down and I just made up the day before I went fishing. It's crazy. Okay, that was my personal best. My personal best got got on your gray jigs for sure. That gray jig, man, is for real, for real. Squid said, Ty Huckabee ride, yeah, for sure. Look at it. SK steady laughing, man. That's too funny. Too funny. But Critical said, love the real talk, man. I would cry too with the 3-pound slap. I would, man. Like I love fishing, and I've been fishing since I was 7 years old. I'm 37, so I've been fishing for 30 years. And for me to catch a 3-pound crappie, I'm gonna break down and cry. Now I might not cry on video. I might cry if I'm shooting a video. Y'all just gonna have to see me cry on video. But one thing for sure, that is just something, I don't know, man. You know how when you do something that you always try to do the best in, and I feel like once you hit that 3-pound crappie, man, it's a wonderful thing. Like I said, when I caught that 273, I almost cried. For real, because I thought it was 3 pounds. Like when I picked up, I'm like, this is the 3-pound crappie. Oh my god, I'm about to cry. But when I waited, it was a 273, and I was like, oh, okay, my tears just disappeared. But yeah, man, it'll be a wonderful thing. He gonna say, make sure and film yourself crying, brother. I will. I'm not ashamed of it, brother. If I get the 3-pound crappie, I'm gonna cry. And if I'm not filming, I'm gonna make sure I put some batteries in the camera and cry. I'm gonna do the biggest cry ever just for y'all if I catch one. Terry Boss said, SK, I'm thinking that was you texting. VHF said dirty tomato. VHF, I don't even know what you're talking about, brother. I don't know what you're talking about, VHF. SK said, nah, LOL. Appleseed Evans said, gray is the same color as minnows. That's what they are. That's why they are effective. I agree. 100%. I agree. Terry Boss said, make sure you film all that crying. I will, man, for sure. Victor Sam said, hey, Ken, I missed what happened to that ACC crappie stick. Where to go to see that? My last video I posted. Just click on my name and look at my videos. The last video I posted. SK said that 3 will have you some kind of in your feelings. I couldn't stop shaking. I remember. Let me tell y'all something. I remember the day SK caught that 3-pound crappie. We was actually doing a Lake Houston tournament. And so when he came in, man, I was looking at him. I knew it was something. And when we did the weigh-in, he opened up that cooler and I said, what is that? What in the is that? And that was the 3-pounder, y'all. So, and man, yeah, he won the tournament too. But yeah, man, I'm looking for it. So I'm gonna let you know when I come to Houston for my birthday. I'm going to be picking your brain about crappie fishing for sure, man. I love to talk about crappie all day, every day. Pick a man, you too. Okay, Black Rain, he's slipping and missing the best show in the land. For sure. VHF said, which Huckabee model will you be giving away? I'm gonna tell you this. When I catch a 3-pound crappie, I'll let whoever wins it gonna pick whichever Huckabee crappie rod they want. And that's a promise from me. All right, y'all, that ends the show, man. I have to take me a shower and lay down. I got a lot of work to do in the morning. Like I said, I'm in a hotel. I'm in Beaumont, Texas. Had to come out of town to do some work. So y'all have a blessed night, man. Have a blessed day. SK, I think he goes on at 9 o'clock. Y'all check out SK live talk, man. Great talk, man. He have a lot of people on there with a lot of information. Very informative. If you want to learn anything else about crappie fishing, please. I think he goes live at 9 o'clock. Check his live out for sure. All right, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Blessed week. And y'all, like I said, be looking for that. Be looking for that pop-up live. I'm gonna call it the pop-up live. Be looking for that pop-up live Friday, man. Y'all have a blessed one. It's your boy, Skinny Kenny, the Bronze Star Bet. Double salute. I'm out.